The following is an Ellwood City Sports production.
Two to the right. Quick pass out there to Dom Ho. He gets up to the 50-yard line. He's got blockers down. He goes, makes a man miss. He's got the first down. Does a little wiggle all the way. He's still on his feet. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! Hand off the Partridge. Tucks it in the left hand. He's up the left side, and he's going to go all the way. At the 10, the 5, touchdown! 4th and 15. It's all down to this. Back to pass. Give and chase. Throws it out there, and he's hit. He's short of the line again. He's short of the line again.
With the free kick. Nice header by Keystone Oaks. But taken there by Huth.
Shot on net.
And it's a goal!
Puts it up, and down it goes. That's the game! Playoff win for the Wolverines. Inbound to Caleb serving. Yes! It's gone! Shoots it. It's over! The boy is over! The Wolverines win!
Left side field, chasing his left fielder. It's going to go all the way out of the ballpark. A home run. Contact there, deep, sending back the center fielder up to the fence line. A base hit there for Luke Raleigh. She will turn and go to third on the triple. Hi there, Ellwood City sports fans. Welcome into Sanders Field here in Ewing Sports Complex, Ellwood City, Pennsylvania, as we bring you WPIL high school baseball coverage. It's your Ellwood City Wolverines taking on the Quaker Valley Quakers. Brad Windhorst for Ellwood City Sports alongside Keith Keller. A nice, solid, awesome weather day for baseball. 80 degrees, partly cloudy, and beautiful weather for baseball. We've got a great one here for you, folks. We're back into section play. On your screen are the standings as of to date. The one game that unfortunately still has not been completed yet is that Mohawk-Quaker Valley game that's suspended in the 8th inning, a 10-10 score there. The Wolverines in first place with a 3-1 record, followed by Mohawk and Quaker Valley with 2-1. Beaver Falls, Riverside 2-2, and then Still Rock Vikings 0-4. We'll have our national anthem, and then we'll get ready for starting lineups.
Playing of the national anthem.
All right, folks, once again, our national anthem there. Once again, you can catch all the action on our website, www.ecwolverines.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole works. We try to keep you up to date with standings, stats, results, including live coverage of last week's Friday night rain evening action from Peters Township, a 9-4 victory over the 5A Indians. Keith, how are you doing? Brand new week.
Brand new week, Brad. Doing great. Beautiful day for baseball finally. No rain, no wind.
sunshine. So that's a good thing, and we're in for a treat here. We've got two really good baseball teams here. Ellwood 3-1 with Quaker Valley still needing to finish their one game, but I'm expecting a good pitching matchup. And a little bit of a shakeup in the Ellwood order today with Biscuit moving down to 5 and Biondi and everybody else sliding up one spot in the lineup. Kennedy coming in pitching with a .74 ERA with five appearances through 19 innings pitched. He'll be going against Kirkham with a 6 ERA through 7 innings pitched. I'm not sure if that was that big game that he had just pitched 1 inning or if there was a multitude of innings. But we'll see what Kirkham has. Kennedy, slider, changeup, fastball. We'll see how he works the plate today. He's going to have to stay down in the zone. Very powerful top 4 in the Quaker Valley lineup. Just like our lineup, Brett, if we talk the top 5, you got your meat of the order there, and then you're going to expect the bottom of the order to make some noise for you.
Yeah, and sometimes you try to change up the order and rotate it around to see if you can kind of get the 7, 8, 9 to get you set up to go back into the next inning, back at the top of the lineup. So both these teams set up for the series between the two teams in section play today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's game will be played 4 o'clock at Esmark Park Field. A little bit of a journey there into the Swickley area there, or off to the side. I forget what the exact location, but it's Esmark Ballpark
Old
Field.
Swickley, old money
Old
up there.
Swickley, yes, Old Swickley. And nice ballpark, and it just seems like every time we go down there,
it's miserable.
It's miserable because of RAIN. We will not jinx it, but they are.
That's right.
It's in the weather. It's in the forecast. We'll see how it goes.
That's right.
Going forward.
Last year was 32 degrees, and Anthony Barbario dressed like it was 85.
Yes, he did.
He had a shiesty on, and that kept him warm.
All right, folks, so here we go. We're going to be ready to go for the first pitch, leading us off for the Quaker Valley Quakers. That's number 8, Damian McClay, the second baseman.
McClay with a .333 average with 5 hits and 4 RBIs on the year so far. Kennedy starts it off with a slider. That's going to have to work. You can't really float that over the plate like that. I like to see that dive a little bit more, but I thread it for the first strike. There it is, chopper to Mills. Mills with a nice play on the run, charging in. 1 away for the Wolverines. That was a nice play, him coming into his right side. Maybe waited a little bit too long to release it, but he gathered himself and made the nice play. Good play over there by Kelly. Good stress. Nice to have a tall first baseman over there for those type of plays, Brad.
Up next for the Quakers, that'll be number 1, Michael Semenik, the first baseman here. And one thing we talked about, Keith, is a little bit less pressure today to start for Nate Kennedy. He doesn't come into any bases jammed or anything like that. Methodical pitching against Peters Township. But we expect more, and so far delivering us really well in the season.
Tough holding on to the ball last game. And I can tell Kennedy right off the bat, starting his pitching, the speed in which he's approaching the plate is speeding up a little bit, not his typical long-winded approach. A little fister off the handle, right to leg for the little bloop out this short, and that's 2 quick outs for Kennedy. That's what you need right there. Nice efficient start right here. But then you got the big boy coming up here, number 27, Todd Cagle. I'm very familiar with Mr. Cagle. He can hit for power and he can pitch. Going to Frostburg State on the scholarship to go ahead and do some pitching for them down there in Maryland.
And if there's
Kennedy, one pitch, and this is going to be a great inning from Kennedy.
Wow.
That's the way to do it right there.
My goodness, that was officially 5 pitches in the inning. You can't get any better than that, folks. And I tell you what, we were talking about a counterpart for Cagle would be Aaron Lake and Jordan Keller, and then that's what you should expect. But, wow, what a great start to the inning. What a great start to today's game. We'll take a timeout here, folks. We'll head to the bottom of the first, scoreless inning, 5-pitch inning for Nate Kennedy and the Wolverines. right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the first after a 5-pitch inning by Nate Kennedy and the Wolverines. Great defense as well around the horn. Up first for the Wolverines will be number 2, the second baseman, Gino Biondi.
That's right. A little change here. Moving Biscup down in the order of 5. Biondi going to lead off here. Biondi with a 286 average this year with 6 hits, 9 runs. So we'll see what he's able to do here in the leadoff. And he's going to pop it up to the infield.
Catch there made by the first baseman for the first out, and not the first time that we've seen Biondi at the top of the lineup. We'll see that happen a couple times.
No, that's been a little bit of a tough point for the Wolverines lineup so far as the leadoff hitter. We tried something here, moving him up, probably trying to take away the percentages of maybe possibly intentionally walking Keller, Lake, Mills, try to get something going here. So we'll see what happens here.
We'll bring up the aforementioned Jordan Keller. First pitch there up high for ball 1. Both these teams have had some really crazy moments the past couple of years. Some games that were the lead would change in the last few innings. I remember last year we had a lead and gave it away, and then it flipped around, and it was a hot mess.
Very high-scoring game. Keller cooling off a little bit, hitting .571 with 12 hits, 3 home runs, and 14 RBIs.
If you consider that cooling off.
Oh, and the 2-0 pitch inside, and definitely not a pitch he should have taken. That was a 2-0 pitch, and that's not a pitch you can drive there. That's something you got to wait on. You got a 2-0 count. You got to find something you can drive over the middle of the plate there, and that's just a little bit of a timing issue, and I'm not sure why he even decided to go with that. And he's shaking his head in a little bit of disgust there.
So that'll bring up number 3, Aaron Lake. A big game last time out. He had, I believe, 1 hit in that game, but it was a long.
I think I sold him short. That may have went 370.
Yeah, had to be.
Yeah, Aaron Lake here. I'll tell you what, that right there, that was Kirkham's 5th pitch. And he's matching Kennedy right now. Lake hitting .391 with 9 hits, 13 RBIs, and 4 home runs. I don't know if moving these players up in the order a little bit is going to make them press, you know what I mean? That's the comfortable 3, 4, 5 spot. You don't want to see them having the press to try to get on base. Lake, that's going to be a fly ball. That's going to go foul, but there's plenty of room. And that's an efficient inning from Kirkham right there. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, so we'll go to the top of the second here. Quick innings, 5-pitch inning by Kennedy, followed up by a 7-pitch inning by Kirkham. You're watching Ellwood City Sports, scoreless here through 1. All right, folks, welcome back here. Top of the second inning with the Quakers up at the plate, and that'll be the DH today, number 2, Rocco Fardo. He'll be DHing for number 22, Caden Hanna, the third baseman, who we kind of thought potentially could be the starting pitcher today, but Quaker Valley went a different route.
Yeah, most pull hitter
What a play.
That was a good play. That was Lake's ball all the way. Cam Mills came a long way from third there. I understand it was hit slowly, but that could have been a lot worse for the Wolverines there. Colton Johnson next to the plate playing center field.
Quaker center fielder, number 23, Kagan Johnson.
So
Hitting-
Colton Johnson
yeah.
here playing center field.
Hitting 182, Brad, but it's Sneaky Power has 1 home run.
Got to be very careful pitching
right.
around him.
I'd work around the outside here, typically a pull hitter. No, really, not really comfortable going opposite. And you see that Kennedy working 2 sliders quick back to back. Kennedy again with a fastball slider changeup in his repertoire. Yeah, Kennedy working the outside part of the plate. I like this approach here. I'm on against bouncing one here, maybe going high fastball as well, Brad.
With that 1 home run, I'm throwing in dirt. See if he'll chase.
Fouls it off. Infield for the Wolverines. Cam Mills at third, Aaron Lake at short, Gino Biondi at second, and Matt Kelly at first. Anthony Barberio in right, Michael Cuevas in center, and Jake Biscup in left. Keller behind the mound, and Kennedy pitch. Your battery, if you will. You may want to that right there is that's on Mills right there. That's an infield single, but he waited forever. He waited forever to throw that ball. I don't know if he was making sure he looked good before he threw it or what, but double clutch, and that took a while to get there. That's got to be in and out. I mean, you know what I mean? This is not Little League. You got to get the ball out there. He's flying down the line, and that's a runner that. I mean, Kennedy right there was only 3 pitches into the second inning, and.
Now you're hopeful for double play as that'll bring up number 13, the pitcher, and that's Holden Kirkham.
Hitting .407 this year, 11 hits, 7 RBIs. So a little bit of a mix-up in their order. You see,
Kind of spreading the love. Oh, man,
He's
foul
got him.
tip. He's going to get him at second. Throw
yes,
in time.
sir. That's a
He's
great
gone.
play. He went for the bunt. That's a good play. Heads-up play by Keller to get it to Kelly. Kelly, quick on the release back to second. Great tag by Lake there. And that ends that threat, and that's a great play right there. So far, sound defense right there, Brad. Something we haven't seen a lot of. Peters Township really put the ball in play, scoring 4 runs on 9 hits or 7 hits, I believe. There's a right field, and Barberio should have that one. And he did come in a little bit on that one, but readjusted and made the play. So we'll go to the bottom half of the second. No score, Wolverines coming to bat.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the second inning. Talk about a first pitch, 7-pitch Nate Kennedy inning. Well, he follows it up with another 7-pitch inning. 14 pitches through 2 for Nate Kennedy.
I think he's a 12, Brad. He went 5 and 7, right? I know Kirkham had 7 in the first.
Yeah, my apologies. He had 5 and then 9. My apologies. 5, 9. Anyways, 14 average.
6, 7.
Yeah, 6, 7. There you go.
That's going to get down, I think, off the handle. No, he had a good jump. That one was dying. Again, off the handle. A lot of balls off the handle. That's been the theme so far for the Wolverines. Even against Peters, a lot of the balls hit against Peters, besides the mayor, was off the handle. So Mills goes and looks at 2 pitches.
That'll bring up number 25, the left fielder, Jake Biscup, slotting from the 1 hole all the way down to the 6th spot here, trying to bring up this bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, this could be a spark for Biscup. You know, you're going to see a lot more fastballs down in the lineup. He's not having a lot of pressure to get on base, so he can maybe relax a little bit and be himself and get a nice piece to hit here. Hits it to the third baseman. That's going to get through. That's going to be a tough play by Cagle, and he's going to hold it. And that's going to be a base hit for Jake Biscup.
Definitely well needed for Biscup.
Absolutely. Now Biscup's got to go. Biscup's got to steal. I don't want to see a bunt here. I want to see him run. You can do the exact same thing by having him run instead of bunting. There's no reason to bunt here. You know, with the bottom of the lineup struggling a little bit and everybody really struggling to hit the ball with these last 2-3 games, I don't really want to see small ball here. The percentages don't really play out that way.
Yeah, especially with the 1 out here.
Correct.
I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
swing away. Maybe
Biscup's got to get
hit.
correct. Biscup needs to get a little bigger secondary. His primary lead, very, very, very close to the bag here. Maybe 2.5 steps off. He needs to get a bigger lead if he's going to get to second. A little low in the zone.
Yep, drops at the last second there.
Brad Simonik catching, asking the ump where that one was at. Thought he was there. Maybe just a little low. Biscup's lead a little bit bigger off of first. Kennedy fouls it off to the right side. That's going to get down.
So I'll make the count 2-1.
Yeah. Full press box again, Brad, with Chris Biondi and Justin Shazer on the PA system here.
Yeah, I got a backseat driver right behind me.
Oh, that is head JV coach Rocky Carcel.
I was talking to the left.
Are you talking
to the left.
Darren Morella?
No, this guy right here.
JV phenom Craig Patterson in the box joins us live for this broadcast. He's got to go as soon as he picks up his arm. Absolutely. He's going to get down. He's going to be there. That's a great steal. Ball kicks away, but he's going to stay right there. Yeah, with his long arm motion, Brad, you can go. I think you can go on any pitch, really.
Yep. Agreed.
It's just like a high leg kick. Even though he's going from the stretch and a slide step, he can get there in no time.
And in turn, this helps Nate Kennedy. It's a 3-1 count now. And, again, we talked about any line drive, any contact or over the infield's head. This is going to be a base hit RBI opportunity.
3-1. This needs to be perfect. You got Kirkham. Outfield's playing in a little bit. Left and right field playing in. Center field playing somewhat deep. But there's plenty of room for something to drop in here. And it caught him. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. Kennedy taken from the book of Biscup there and taking the ball to the shoulder.
So that'll bring up center fielder number 1, Michael Cuevas.
Yeah, Cuevas having a good year so far in the outfield. In at the plate, 188, 3 hits, 4 RBIs. We do see him a lot of bunt, a lot of small ball, a lot of speed, as we talked about. And speaking of speed, a little courtesy runner there, Dom Hogue, courtesy runner for the pitcher, Nate Kennedy.
Dom Hogue is having a pretty good year on the bases. He's got, I think, 5 to 6 runs scored.
You got a chance if Cuevas can push this down to the third baseline. Anything other than that, I don't think it's worth it.
Yep. You may show the first pitch here, and that may be it. We'll see.
Back. I'm excited up here. You know, this is a
the
good. This is.
trigger ready
I mean,
over
we're playing real baseball here. Besides
We
that
are.
Peters game, we've had a lot of like 2 games where we really talked
Yeah.
about some stuff there. I'm just getting a little antsy up here, doing a little press box coaching. He's going to show early. Dom Hogue taking way too big of a jump off the bag there. He's got to make sure that bunt gets down there, like way down. He was halfway between first and second. And thank God he's got some good speed.
I think Coach Welsh over there kind of give him a little pep talk.
Yeah, you got Simonic playing in though. Unless he can backpedal back to cover the bag, I don't see it being an issue. But you got the second baseman creeping as well.
Good bunt
He's
back
gonna
to
go
the
to third.
pitcher. He's going to go to third. Throw it and not.
That throws it
in
away.
time. Yep, and that's going to score a run.
That's going to
All-
score 2.
Yep.
Dom's going to have to hurry.
Sending Dom. He's going to
He's
make it
going to
in
be
time.
up in 2, and that's going to be
Wow.
a 2-run scoring error for the Wolverines.
My goodness, and I heard it in the press box from Justin Shazer. Speed kills.
I think it may have been close. I don't think in my opinion, I think that's an error on the pitcher. It'd have been close. A half a step gets him. Better throw gets him. Little blooper. Gets over the head, and that's going to score another run for the Mayor. The Mayor coming in with a DH hit there. Jordan Boker hitting 200 on the year. 7 RBIs. Make it 7. He was at 6, Brad. We're at 7 now.
Next up for the Wolverines, first baseman, number 17, Matt Keller.
I'm going to go back to that bunt there. Cuevas gets down a bunt. Another hard bunt, I will say. Haven't been able to get the soft bunt down. What happened, I think, is Kirkham thought that he had to play at third, would made him rush his throw to first. So that right there spiraled it all out of motion right off the bat.
Again, from first pitch.
Oh, and Matt Kelly really takes one off the middle of the shoulder blades there.
Yeah,
But he wears it. He's
Everything's
tough.
been first pitch swing in there by Boker, followed by first pitch hit by.
This is a good
Everything's
mound
first.
visit here, getting Kirkham settled down a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, a couple unforced errors. You don't want to get too deep into a hole. Come back out like that first inning. Slow things down. Find your target. Throw the pitches that are making you strikes.
So far, the Wolverines 3 runs up on the board on 2 hits, and unfortunately an error there by the pitcher. Again, speed kills sometimes, and Cuevas kind of forced that throw, and it was late and offline, and that scores 2 runs. And Boker, first pitch swinging,
Yeah,
gets one up over the infield second baseman's head and glove, and
Yeah, same thing happening on Mills' throwing here.
Yeah.
You know, he's playing that ground ball. It's a bouncer. You got to come at that one. He's playing it back. He doesn't have a lot of time. There's a lot of speed on this Quaker Valley roster, and you got to make sure that you get that throw over there. So you might want to charge it next time.
And that'll bring us back to the top of the lineup with Biondi, and he's going to go first bunt opportunity. Unfortunately, fouled off back.
Yeah, I don't see him trying to drop down another one.
No,
You got to
I
let him
think
swing
that
away
one's-
here.
I
That was
think
a
that's over.
push it over, try to get Keller up with runners in scoring position. But again, that's with 2 outs, so a sac fly doesn't do anything there. So you're banking on Keller putting a ball in play.
So I think
First baseman in again. So you got to, if you're going to do a bunt, you got to drop it down the third base side.
Yep.
Nothing to the first base bag. Gets him an easy play to. That's a great bunt. That is
may
a
be
great
solid.
bunt.
Throw's going to come
Safe,
late,
and
though.
he beats the throw. That's a great
Wow.
bunt by Gino Biondi. Loads the bases for Keller.
My goodness, what a great start here for the Wolverines offense.
That's right, all with 1 out, Brad.
We needed this because, yes, the scores have been pretty well lopsided. Again, that Peters Township game was 9-4, but we got out hit 7-4. So it's great to see these Wolverines 3 hits already in an inning and a half or so.
Keller grounds out his first at bat to the shortstop, Cagle. Keller goes the other way, but he's got a chance. That's going to score a run and bobbles it.
Oh,
And he's going to
boy.
reach on an error. But you know what? Puts the ball in play, makes him think about it, rushing it.
Yep.
You know what? Back to in these last few at bats, you see Keller pressing a little bit. You know, he was hitting 715, dropped down to 642. He's going to be in the high fours now.
And we know those numbers are going to take a little bit of a dip when you get into section play. Teams that know you, that know the book on you, we understand that, but you could definitely see the approach is a little bit pressing.
Lake gets hit, and that's going to score another run.
He just stood there like a statue.
As you should. As you should. You take that all day long. You wear it.
Man.
And Cam Mills coming up with the bases loaded. That doesn't make us 3 for forever on the bases loaded, does it?
No. And that hit by pitch, that's the third time Aaron Lake's been hit. So he's been hitting dingers, and then, well, the dingers have been hitting him.
Bases loaded. Biondi at third. Keller at second, and Lake at first. Kirkham trying to regroup here on the mound, taking his time. Umpire going to get some more balls. Keller having a conversation with Cagle over there at the second base bag. Those two and Aaron Lake were able to play all summer long together, traveling all over the East Coast and driving me nuts.
As we crossover, 5 o'clock local time. Did not expect this one. A 5-0 lead here in the early going for the Wolverines.
Now, that's a good take by Mills. Mills needs to be patient here. Like we talked about at Peters, he has that one-speed swing only. He's swinging for power. This is not that opportunity.
Nope.
You find something, you drive it into the right center field gap. His slider's moving 2 to 6 inches off the plate. That's a great pitch to drive to the other way.
With all the pressure in the world here, bases loaded, all one out. The wind is blowing in, so again, just go for contact. Get some line drive here.
I mean, here's the thing with this little mound visit here from the catcher. I understand the idea behind it to try to calm it down, but with the bases loaded, you're down 2-0. That's not really the time. He's got to work through this himself. I mean, he's had enough discussion. The coach already came out. They had a little meeting. The umpire went to the dugout. He's already in his own head. He doesn't need any more words of encouragement. He's got to fight through this himself.
This will be pitch number 21 in the inning.
Just like every other Little League coach, just throw strikes. Throw strikes. Yeah, it's real easy when the bases are loaded and you're in a 5-0 hole after a 7-pitch great first inning from Kirkham.
See what?
Yeah, 3-0. I go. I don't know.
Red
No
light
way. Yeah, absolutely,
Take a pitch.
100% red light. Yeah, I mean, you don't take your chances. He's been a little erratic. He hasn't really hit the strike zone. I get the call here, but 3-1, I give you a green light. If you think it's there, you drive it.
Yep.
Right field, and it's in trouble because they were way in.
Right fielder was playing in.
Way
it's
in.
Base hit, at least
Keller,
a double.
Biondi's going to score.
Oh boy,
Keller's going to score. And
Here
Lake's
comes Lake.
They're all going to score.
Wow.
And Cam Mills with a big double. He took that slider on the outside part of the plate and drove it to right field. That was a great piece of hitting by Mills there, and that clears the bases. Crooked numbers on the board, Brad, in the second.
I would say 8-0 lead now for the Wolverines, and a double by Mills clears the bases.
And again, I understand that we're not seeing a lot of hits, right? We got 8 runs, 4 hits. There were a lot of walks hit by pitches. It's been a little bit of a lopsided stat on our end. More runs scored, not a lot of hits to get those runs. I think we have one game where we had 11 runs on 10 hits. And I believe it was the Riverside game here. And that's a great bunt by Biscup, and that's going to be that's a great bunt by Jake Biscup, and his helmet continues to fly off. That's the second time down there. That's a great bunt by Biscup. Brings up Kennedy here. He could be swinging away here.
Wolverines striking for 8 runs, but more importantly, 5 base hits.
Yeah, I like to see Kennedy put a sting into one here, Brad. He needs to break off the schneid too, and he's going to bunt again.
Why not?
Oh, the third I understand the third baseman can't come in. That's not a bad opportunity there. Third baseman has to cover.
I like it first pitch and now move on. I like the
any way you look at it. Even if I'm them, I'd have third base charged, shortstop cover third on the play, just because you have it. There's a very slim chance you're getting the runner at third anyway. They're showing early. He steps off. Wolverines going to the small ball. We haven't seen that since the scrimmage days when we talked about when that's going to matter during section play.
Yep.
He's got him. Yeah, that's, again, another. We've seen it with Dom Hogue at first. We see it with Mills here. You got to make sure that bunt gets down. It plays right in front of you.
Yep.
I mean, the Wolverines are smelling blood right now. The blood's in the water. They're going for more.
1-1 count here. First and second one out here.
Kennedy shows bunt again. Oh, almost got it to work.
If that was straight in the fair territory, that was going to be a base hit for sure.
Could have been a double. That would have been heading down the line.
Yep.
And, you got Cameron Neal in right field playing way off the line, so that could have been trouble.
1-2 count to Kennedy. Oh, I thought that was going to come in and hit him. And
He was thinking about wearing it. He's grimacing, thinking maybe Jason Kendall that one and lean into it a little bit. He doesn't have all the gear on that Kendall had, but yeah, and he's your pitcher. It's his off arm, Mr. Biondi. He'll be fine. 2-2 count.
up high, so it'll force it full. And I tell you what, after a 7-pitch inning, unfortunately for Kirkham, he's up to 36 pitches. Wow.
That's a 29-pitch inning, Brad, for those math wizards out there.
Look at you on a Monday. Deserves a clap from the dugout, too.
Oh, I am. The patrons over here from Ellwood. Oh, he chased a high one there. That would have been ball 4. Yeah, that was a hanging slider, too. He did not get that to snap.
So that'll be the out number 2 for the Wolverines, and it'll bring up Michael Cuevas. Pretty crazy that the Wolverines
I have him button again. I'm not against Cuevas button down the third baseline here again. And he hit him again.
Man.
That's his third hit batsman of the inning.
Yep.
The mayor coming up.
Oh, boy. Need something good here from Jordan Boker, number 10. Penguins are clinched.
Well, he's stress-free, Brad. We've talked about this at
Caps
Peters.
series is done.
He has nothing to worry about but baseball and playoff hockey. Playoffs. Cuevas at first, Biscup at second, Mills at third, giving a little clap and a little dance. The pitch almost caught him again. You got to wear that, Mayor.
I was going to say, if he wears that one, he may be watching playoffs, the first game, from the couch.
That's where you want to be anyway,
I was going to
Brad.
say, that's where you want to be anyways. He was talking about getting tickets, though.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, man. Inside again.
If I'm Boker, I'm not swinging it much. Tilt the shoulder in there like a Roger Dorn. Wear it, Dorn.
He has made it known that he's getting tickets no matter what it takes.
2-0 count up high, makes it now 3-0.
3-0. This is a take all the way. 100% take brings up Matt Kelly, who started off. I don't even know who started off this inning.
Cam Mills.
Cam Mills did. But Kelly got hit between the shoulder blades last at bat. Looked like he wanted that one. Doing a little cage work yesterday, Jordan Boker really focusing on the slider, really driving it back up the middle, had some good pieces in the cage. Rocky Carcel was feeding the machine. Josh Wise was struggling with the other one. And he lays off. That's many games ago, we would have seen him hacking at that, Brad.
Yep. That patience there, and it's kind of worked, this lineup change here, and then all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard, 9-0.
Yeah, you're seeing the bottom half of the order come through here. 1 through 4 not doing much, but Cam Mills still sitting in that 5 hole.
Here's a sneaky opportunity
The
for
4
Matt
hole, excuse
Kelly.
me. That's right.
We've seen him hit pretty decently in the past 2 years. We'll see what he can do here.
Hitting
with bases
222.
loaded. There you go. Bending. This could be trouble.
Oh, and that'll end the
Hung
inning.
up just long enough.
That's a great inning for the Wolverines.
Yep. So the Wolverines add to the lineup here and the scoreboard after a 0 donut in the first inning. They come back for 9. We'll head to the third inning. 9-0 Wolverines. right, folks, welcome back here. Top third inning, Wolverines go for 9, and they'll be in the field of play here with Nate Kennedy on the mound, and that will bring up number 30.
Brad,
Pitch swing foul.
Brad Simonik, catcher, hitting .333, 7 hits, 5 RBIs on the year. You see a little bit of a higher average coming down the lineup for Quaker Valley than you do for the Wolverines.
I like the backdoor lineup, but when you fall behind 9-0, it puts a lot of pressure to get things going as quick as you can.
Simonik primarily a pull hitter, but he can hit it to all parts of the field, so I can see him bouncing something right here. And there it was, he fastball low, trying to get him to chase.
I like the patience, but yet the pace of play here by Kennedy. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I can see a slider here.
Oh,
almost caught it.
Contact there, fouled off.
Yeah, we got some activity in the Quaker Valley Quaker bullpen. Number 23, Colton Johnson, warming up for the Quakers. Oh, Keller gets the call on the outside, but I think that was 4 inches off the plate.
Yep, a little hesitation there, but either way, it works for the first strikeout here, I believe, for Kennedy.
Yeah, I like it. Next up for the Quakers left fielder, number 7, Rafe Fafari.
So that'll bring up the left fielder, number 7, that being Rafe Fafari.
Man, I would have said Rafe Fafari. Kennedy working the outside part of the plate there. Maybe catching a little black, maybe a little white. And by white, I mean the batter's box, but we'll take it, Brad. He's staying right there. That one caught more of the plate there. That one was great pitch by Kennedy. 0-2 here. I don't expect him to do anything other than throw one in the dirt because I'm not throwing a fastball here. There it was, slider away. Got him going.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Kennedy, and pretty efficient start here. Looking to wrap this thing up here in the third inning in terms of the lineup. That'll bring up the 9th hitter, number 97, right fielder, Cameron Neal.
Cameron Neal hitting .143 on the year with 1 hit, no RBIs. Maybe try to get something going here with 2 outs to get to the top of the order. Maybe drop down a bunt. Need to be prepared for that. Mills creeping in just a little bit. That's a slow roller Lake. This should be that's a routine play for Lake. That was a great job there. Efficient inning for Kennedy.
Yep, another 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Wolverines up by 9. right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the third inning. And a 9-0 lead for the Wolverines. The book will close on Kirkham. 2 innings pitched, 44 total pitches, 5 hits, 9 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and a whip of 3. So a tough outing there for Kirkham.
Biondi takes strike 1 on the outside. The outside is wide open, so the Wolverines going to have to adjust and hit that ball to right field. That was a good off-speed pitch there from Johnson. Look a little bit of a change up there, not so much a curveball. He goes fastball change up to start the at-bat. I can see maybe the curveball here. He did look like he had a pretty good curveball warming up. Biondi pops it up, got room, carrying, and that's going to go out of play.
Yep, hits one of the bleachers here in left field.
Got a
Wolverine side. Very
nice crowd over there, Brad, for the Wolverine faithful.
Yeah, solid. It's gone out actually. 81 degrees now, and the sun is out. It's been a while since we've seen 80 and sun and least amount of breeze. And
I'll tell you what, that Tyndall effect is cooking us through this window, Brad. Holy
so true.
Heck.
We need some Magnus effect to blow out the wind.
Need something.
Bernoulli's principle coming up next.
That's a great hit, just foul. And by just foul, I mean by 15 feet. Biondi still down in the con 0-2. This is a good battle here for Biondi. 4 or 5 pitches already in the zone, fouling him off. I don't see much velocity from Johnson here. He's looking to try to find the strike zone and let his players make some plays, and that's not a bad idea right now. Top of the lineup, not really doing much. Biondi's going to pop that up again. It's headed towards the stands, and I think it's going to go out of play. That comes back into play, and 22 just missed it.
Do have a score update already. Boys tennis is over at Ewing Park Tennis Courts. A 5-0 victory over Beaver Falls. That'll improve boys tennis team record, I believe, to 3-3, which means
are they playoff eligible?
It's possible and potential for playoffs for boys tennis.
What's Pete Sampras' name over there?
Adrian Alvarez.
Adrian Alvarez, looking good.
So shout out to Coach DeBuono giving us that little update. We know track and field's in play, I believe, Wednesday, I believe they are.
They finished second, I believe, in the Invitational over the weekend, Brad. Popped it up. That's a pitch on the outside corner. He could have drove to right field there. And forgive me, Brad, I'm not too familiar with the ladies of the Lady Wolverines, so I want to give shout-outs to them if they're participating today. I missed the track. I'm only familiar with a lot of the
they're
senior
playing
males.
A big one, in fact. It's a solid one, folks. If you're done here with baseball early here, I plan to go up to Slippery Rock University. It's Ellwood versus Mohawk softball, a rematch of their first game, and a 4-1 victory for Mohawk. More importantly, 7 o'clock, it will be on YouTube. Lawrence County Sports Network is covering that one. We plan to cover the Wednesday game potentially, weather permitting, as Ellwood will take on Avonworth of Slippery Rock. And then we will have the home game here on Friday against West Allegheny for baseball as well.
Keller caught it off the handle again.
Hangs up for the center fielder, calls it off for the second out.
It's a timing issue right now with Keller and his swing. He's just a little late and catching everything off the handle, doing too much, trying to do too much.
So that'll bring up the shortstop. Number 3, Aaron Lake, 0 for 1 today. He flied out to left field here in foul territory and then stood there like a statue and took a hit-by pitch.
That's a hanger. Hanging curveball for strike 1 from Johnson. And I'll blame Lake for taking it. He hasn't seen anything yet from this pitcher. But that one was meaty. Foul ball. Check swing foul ball off the handle there. Oh, they're going to call it a dead ball. Or I'm not quite sure what he's calling it.
I think that's just foul. Yeah.
I think it's a foul ball. He threw his bat, but I think it's a foul ball. But I think he should stand up. Trainer Jess coming out to check on Aaron Lake. He has enough armor on. You think he'd be okay. It did hit him either A in the hand or just missed that forearm shield he has on. That was an off-speed pitch that caught him, I think, in on the hands. Was that a fastball in, Brad? Did you see?
I think that was off-speed.
I think it was off-speed, too. I
think that's just more of that stinger where you feel it, and now you just want to make sure nothing's an issue and put it back on and let's go again.
Yeah, you got to get out there.
Again, folks, we'll give you a little bit of an update. On your screen is the standings for Section 3A1 MAC. It's Ellwood City at top 3-1. Mohawk, Quaker Valley 2-1. They still got to play and finish their game. Beaver Falls and Riverside 2-2, and then Stowe Rocks 0-4. The Stowe Rocks Riverside matchup will be a doubleheader tomorrow. Mohawk will host Beaver Falls 7 o'clock tonight, and it looks like I think we're going to have. Okay, so they did call it a hit by pitch. Luca's going to take over at first, and I think that's going to check Aaron Lake out at least for the time being. Aaron Lake can re-enter technically.
I think he will re-enter after they give him a little bit longer look, and he should come back into the game. Luca Carcel last game got to see some time at second base, almost made two spectacular plays, one diving to his left, the other one just out of the reach, holding the runner on at second. Not a lot of speed over there, unless it's deceiving.
I was just going to say inside information over my right shoulder now.
Inside information says he is fast. So we'll be the judge of that.
Promptly on cue, gets back for the attempted pickoff.
Uniform's dirty. Mom will be happy. Great showing last night for the team dinner down here yesterday, Brad. After the game, we had some hot dogs cooked by Chef Chris Biondi.
Nice. I was getting the season's first mowing session done.
Season's first? I'm on like 8, Brad.
That was the first one. I don't know how many acres, but between our place and my parents' place, we're talking 8 acres. So
okay, I hope you're not push mowing that.
No.
Big cut on
Definitely not.
A little change up there from Johnson. Out in front 2-1 there. Mills seen something he'd like to hit there, and he tried to go get it. Just fell off the table.
What I'm misleading, though, with the mowing, I have the smallest yard, so
okay.
I had the least amount to do.
The other off-speed pitch. That's back-to-back change-ups from Johnson. So Johnson, fastball, changeup, curveball, looks like it's in his repertoire, and he's got Mills twice on the changeup. And I'm not against that. Going again. Throw one more time. Yeah, you can see it out of the hand. There he goes. And a base hit from Mills.
Run on, and that'll be first and second now for the Wolverines with 2 outs, and a good contact play there. Mills kind of shortened up there, made the play.
That's right, a good contact swing.
Next up for the Wolverines, left fielder, number 25, Jake Biscup.
Yeah, I think you let Jake swing away. 9-0 lead. You don't really need to bunt anybody over.
He's sitting there quietly. He's got 2 of the 6 hits. He's 2 for 2.
Mills.
Oh, Biscup.
Oh, Jake Biscup, yeah. He had a bunt. He had a great bunt single.
And correct. Beyondi's correct. Mills as well, 2 for 2. Oh.
Curveball. Let it travel a little bit too deep there.
Nice thing about Biscup, there's no hesitation. He knows. He saw it. He recognized it quickly. Make that change and swing a little bit more efficient here. 0-1 count. Up high, evens it now 1-1.
I like the aggressive secondary from Carcel at second. He's already seen the throw downs. He knows that it's going to be The pop time's not that quick, so he can get a little aggressive there. That's a good hold by Biscup. I think seeing his curveball out of his hand seems to be pretty easy for the hitters right now. I'm not sure if he's tipping it off by slowing his delivery down or what. Yeah, he wanted that fastball.
So now make deuces wild here. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Wolverines looking to add to that 9-0 lead here in the third inning. There's pitch contact, fly ball here. It's going to hang up, and the center fielders went back, and now he comes forward.
Oh.
He holds on for the third out, but he made it look interesting. We will head to the fourth inning. Wolverines still up 9-0. The press box is getting wild up here, folks. Top of the fourth inning, Wolverines up 9-0. Defense is going to change just a slight bit here, as Aaron Lake will stay out of the game at the moment, and Lucas Carcel will slide over to second base. Biondi going to shortstop and puts Carcel right on.
Right on cue. Carcel, yep. Strong throw, not so much out of his toes, but that's Matt Kelly. They're going down to get that throw. I mean, a little nerve-wracking there. Your first play at second. Got to come up.
I'll tell you what, quietly, Matt Kelly there at first base has been...
Yeah, maybe solidifying his position there at first base.
Say, I think he's got that one locked up, and it's great to have your corner positions kind of locked, ready to go. Yep, working the outside here, and that'll be number 1, Michael Simonik, first baseman here for the Quaker Valley Quakers.
Also seeing, not quite yet in the right field area, but we had Joey Nardone in right field last game. And he had a great catch on the right field warning track. That's a great pitch from Kennedy. Kennedy very nonchalant right now, just very meticulous, going to work.
We were talking about the pitch discrepancy, 66 pitches for Quaker Valley, just 24 coming into this inning. That was pitch number 29 for Kennedy. So 1-2 count with 1 out here for Kennedy on the mound.
I go off speed here and bounce it. I would have went more off speed there.
Agreed.
He overthrew that pitch, Brad.
Yep.
That's a great pitch. Backdoor slider from Kennedy gets him.
That'll be the second out of the inning. That will bring up the shortstop, number 27, Todd Cagle. First time up 0 for 1. He had the ground ball.
Back to Kennedy.
Yeah, back to Kennedy.
A lot of power, this young man. He's a good hitter. A lot of power. 4 home runs on the year. Yeah, you definitely want to stay away from Cagle.
It's that first pitch and leave it go and move on.
Absolutely. Maybe even coming under his hands if you can. Another chopper.
Jammed him again.
Mills should make this play. Off balance, and he chucked it into the – he made the turn. Tag him, Kelly.
Oh, boy. Yep, he's going to go.
Absolutely, he's got to commit. Throw it. Throw it. Nice job.
Nice
That's a way to
play.
– yeah, Cagle got caught in between there. He was making the turn, so he was forced to go. Got caught up in a little rundown there, and that was well executed on the rundown by the defense.
Yep. So that will close the book in the fourth, or top of the fourth. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Wolverines still up 9-0 in this one. All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the fourth inning. Wolverines looking to add to the lead, and don't want to speak too soon, but looking for that 10th run potentially here to shorten today's game up.
That'd be super.
That'd be awesome.
Kennedy here looking to put a nice ball in play here. Struck out with a little in between high fastball last at bat, high slider that sort of caught him off guard.
Back to pitches on the outside edge. 2-0 count here for Kennedy. Again, the softball team will be in action. They play tonight, 7 o'clock up at Slippery Rock. I'll be live on YouTube via our friends over at Lawrence County Sports Network.
See, if I'm Kennedy there, I go for that 2-0 pitch. You know, it's something you can drive. Something you're not seeing a lot of anything, really.
9-0 lead.
Yeah, might as well get aggressive.
I think everything's green.
I'm going to go ahead and say he's going to throw a changeup here.
Give credit to Colton Johnson here, kind of trying to keep things in check for Quaker Valley. Giving it 1 hit, no runs so far since coming in.
Infield way in. Outfield way in for the Quakers here. That can burn him.
Yep.
Kennedy's not one not to put a charge in it if he does barrel one up. Something off speed here, I believe, is coming from Johnson here. He's been working that changeup real well low in the zone. And there it is.
Caught him. Outside edge there, called third strike for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up number 1, Michael Cuevas. He had a really good bunt attempt there. Unfortunately, that was fouled off. And he comes back, hits the ground ball, reaches on the air to first base, and makes his whole way to third base. Scores a couple runs, and then is also hit by pitch.
Oh, that could have been trouble.
Oh, that very could have been trouble. That could have been easily two standing up.
The one thing I'm seeing from this Wolverine team is even though they seem to be struggling with the plate, others picking themselves up, not getting down on themselves. It's not an individual sport here. I mean, you want to have good stats, but when you're winning 9-0, there's not much to be upset about.
Yep.
And another can of corn to the center fielder.
That'll be caught there in center field, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Again, that is Neal out there from – he slid over to from right field to center field as Kirkham took over right field. So a couple changes for both teams in defensive-wise, and that'll bring up, once again, the mayor, Jordan Boker,
That's
number
right.
10.
Mayor
1 for 1 today.
looking for another quality at bat for the mayor. Almost wore it. Mayer got a little bit of the J. Bell swivel in the hand there on the top of the glove. Flicking the hand a little bit there. There it goes. There it goes again. You know, J. Bell, I did a little research on J. Bell. He bunted once every 6 at-bats, if you did the math on his career.
So swing and miss there on that. Again, changeup. Off-speed pitch has been brutal right now for Quaker Valley. And Ellwood at the mound. 2-2 count. Gets called. Third strike there. That'll make a quick inning here. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Still 9-0 in favor of the Wolverines. All right, folks, welcome back. Top of the 5th inning here from Sanders Field in Ellwood City. Wolverines up 9-0 in the first of 2 games series that is Monday and Tuesday. Wolverines looking to close out this first one.
Nice slider. Pitching him backwards here, going off speed early. I go off speed again.
Yep, that'll bring up the DH, number 2, Rocco Fardo.
Something to watch is the little hand injury from Aaron Lake, hoping. Great pick by Matt Kelly. I'd like to see Biondi right there charge through it, and as he's throwing to first, make his movement's got to be taking him to first to make that throw a little bit easier for him.
Yep.
Next up for the Quaker center fielder, number 23, Colton.
I think all around that's kind of been that side of the infield.
Yeah, unless you have
you wanna make
Lake
that
over
move.
there with his cannon. You can sit back when you got an arm like that.
Key word today for Kennedy, methodical. His
Yeah.
pitching has been lights out. This will be pitch 37. Wow.
That's impressive through 5.
And I do not believe in announcers' jinx.
No.
I do not believe in that.
I
I
don't
just
either.
believe in the Brad's jinx.
Yeah.
That was basketball.
Kennedy comes here and starts pitching to contact here. His slider's working pretty good. Maybe throw a changeup in there. Yeah, getting a little cute here, a little bit outside.
Yep.
I think he just
Yep.
needs to find a strike zone. Everybody's been over the
He
top, rolling their hands.
For sure.
A lot of ground balls to the left side, so
He'll pick me up.
he did not deliver. Way to be not quiet, Brad.
Yep. This inning is not brought to you by Brad. Headset, anyone?
Colton Johnson now on first, and coming up, Holden Kirkham.
Yep. He
That
was the pitcher of record to start today's game, in line for the loss for the Quaker Valley Quakers.
Now in center field, I believe.
Yep.
I don't think you can chance it out on the base paths here if you're the Quakers here. You need base runners, and you need a lot of them. That's going to be one. Gathers himself in another high throw from Mills there. Again, that goes back to the same thing with his pitching. You see a lot of his pitching a little bit up elevated in the zone. So he's even when he's throwing from third, he's got to bend. He's got to use more of that arm. Follow through and get that throw to the chest. He's releasing real high, a little bit of a shorter catcher-like throw when you're throwing from the ear instead of throwing from a full throwing motion.
So that'll bring up the catcher, number 30, Brad Simonik. 0 for 1, struck out swinging the first time up.
Yeah. If I'm Kennedy, I work more inside under the hands, to be honest with you.
Jam them.
Yeah.
Again, you got defense here, pitch to contact, get out of the inning.
A little up in the zone, apparently. Definitely like to see Kennedy get this out here.
Runners going, throw on time. The tag
Yeah,
is
just a little bit behind
just
the
a little
bag.
bit behind. Yep.
What was the pitch?
Want to say it was a ball.
Yeah, Cam
Just waiting for confirmation here. I thought it was 3-0.
Mills a little bit late breaking to the bag. If he gets on the other side of that bag, he has an opportunity to grab it and make the tag. The other thing I was seeing there, we'll address it after this pitch. You had Biondi holding the runner on at second, and then Carcel also making his way over. It's exactly the same reason why he wasn't able to get to that little flare against Peters Township. If the shortstop's holding him on, go ahead and keep yourself there and play straight up defense. If Simonik there decides to go, I wouldn't be surprised if Keller tries to throw him out.
Definitely could see it here. That'll bring up left fielder number 7, Rafe Fafari.
And they're going to courtesy runner.
Yep, so that'll bring in number 21.
I'm going to go ahead and say Zyril.
Yep, Zyrol. That is Brody Zyrol taking over at first. So first and third here. Don't think we'll see a 31 opportunity. I think we're going to play
No.
this simply. Let's just take on the batter and
I also don't see him stealing.
nope.
And then again, we might. Not a big lead over there.
Oh boy.
They had him, and Kelly came off the bag.
Yep.
He had him leaning.
Well, I think the announcer's jink is officially
Way to
in
go,
play.
Brad.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to do 31. No.
No, he's not going to throw more than 9 pitches.
Hey.
Kennedy gets the strike on the inside. I'm digging this kid's helmet, by the way. I like it.
I love
like
the yellow.
I love yellow, too.
Offset the black jerseys. We've seen too many of them this year.
I agree.
Give me some flamboyance.
He's going.
Got him.
No! No, Jordan?
Who screamed for?
Oh, I don't know who screamed for, but I think that was on Keller. Yeah, that was 2 outs, and that was it. Tag him out. That was all.
So that will play.
That was a mental error. That's one of your columns on the playbook.
Yep. That mental error column at the end of the playbook that you don't see. That's one of them right there.
You just let him go, and that's the inning right there. Kennedy bouncing back. A little teaching moment there, I suppose. Just not in the game right there and thinking maybe there was more than no 2 outs. And if just got to try to be in the game as much as you can. And there goes a fly ball, can of corn to Barbario, reading it nicely, and that'll be the final out. And Wolverines surrendered 1 on the mental error. And we'll go to the bottom half of the 5th. Ellwood 9, Quakers 1.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Wolverines up 9-1 now officially. Quaker Valley does get that 1 run across the board. Unfortunately for Kennedy, technically that is earned.
Yeah, that's going to go against the books for Kennedy.
Little
Kelly
chipper
got a
here.
chance here.
Could beat it out.
That's a good play. That was a really good play.
Good throw.
I'm very confused as to we're not seeing the ball out of this pitcher's hand, to be honest with you. Already 1 time through. His delivery is nothing special. He's not hiding the ball a very long time. You can pick up the off-speed pitch pretty quickly off his hand. It's just the hitters are a little bit over the top on this one, not really catching a good barrel. Let's see what Biondi does here.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Wolverines.
Yeah, no. I want to see Biondi put a charge into one here. Yeah, I don't see him tipping anything off, Brad, to be honest with you. I think it's just his delivery's the same as his fastball as it is his curveball, so. He may speed up his fastball delivery a little bit, just a little bit more than his curveball. Yeah, the breaking ball really working for Johnson right now. Seems to be one of the pitches that's finding the zone for him.
1-2 count here for Biondi.
Another pop-up from Biondi. And a nice play by the right fielder coming a long way. That's not his ball. That's more the second baseman's ball there. But great play by the right fielder. Holden Kirkham moved to right field there, Brad.
Yep.
Nice play.
One of those leaders for the team that makes you wonder with him saying it. Just, okay, got it. He's got it. He's got it. So 2 outs here, 2 quick outs. And I'll bring up Jordan Keller.
Yeah. 0 for 3 today.
Yeah, we're in the 0 for 3 today. Almost wore it, too.
Gets the bat down there. That's the more important thing. Some random dribbler. That would have added to the day.
Yeah, it would.
See if Keller sits off speed here. Another fly ball to right.
It's going to be trouble over the right fielder's head and glove. That's going to go to the fence and went under the fence, so that will be officially a double here.
I think you're going to see maybe a little bit of a talk from Coach Brad Welsh to Mr. Keller after this inning, folks.
I think so. So officially with the bat there, it's going to be a courtesy runner. It's going to be Carlo.
That's going to go into the books as a double for Keller.
Yeah, how about that?
Courtesy runner for the Wolverines, number 6.
That was a wind-aided double.
Yes. He
And,
was definitely going to make it the second. Almost wonder if he was.
Next up for the Wolverines.
Yeah, he thought he popped it up there, and that ball carried and kept carrying.
Yep.
Over Kirkham's head there, and Luca Carcel getting in a bat here. Here we go. Haven't seen him hitting since Stowe Rocks. And he would have told you, like I said last game, that was the worst pitching performance of his life. I beg to differ. He only had 4 walks, Brad. He told me 20.
First pitch there, ball 1. Carcel, first time in his Wolverine career, had a base hit against Stowe Rocks.
It's a good eye. 2-0. Even 2-0 here, even though this is the first time he's seen this pitcher, I give him the green light here. This is a hitter's count. Find something that you can drive. Johnson's probably going to try to throw a strike here, either with his changeup or a fastball. I'm expecting him to go with an off-speed pitch because that's what's finding the zone. And there it was. Almost had him on the helmet there. Father figure in the booth up here told him to wear it on his head. I don't know if Mom would like that. Nardone, pretty big lead off a second there. And he draws the walk. Very patient at bat from Carcel. Well done.
Yeah, a little bit interesting there how it didn't get pitched to in the zone.
Yeah,
Just
that was
pitched the
interesting.
flag.
I mean, a quite the size difference between him and Lake.
Yeah.
You know, unless they thought he had some sneaky power.
Looks like we're going to have a
If you ask his dad, though, he might have sneaky power and speed.
mound visit here with Cam Mills up at the plate. 2 for 3 today. And
Yeah. I don't think they're going to pitch to him, to be honest with you.
no, I think they could easily potentially
Just pitch around him a
pitch
little
around
bit.
him. And if you walk the bases loaded.
Cam can't hit the slow stuff. If he does, he hits it out that way.
Oh, a corkscrew go foul, and it just goes foul. The first baseman there. That's another mental. That's a mental error by the first baseman. He
Yeah,
needs to charge that and
charge that,
tag
you
him
know.
out.
Tag him. You know, the pitcher's coming over. You know, second base should be indirectly
Yeah,
sliding.
that could have been a save right there. Mr. Biondi trying to steal my beautiful .5 millimeter pen. The Pilot P500, Brad. This is my go-to pen. Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Sounds like the Works GTX commercial going on over
Nothing
here.
beats a good old Ticonderoga, though. That's a great off-speed pitch again. He's going to be heavy dose of off-speed here. Change-up, curveball, change-up, curveball. He's going to work between both of them, and I'm going to go ahead and say he's going to throw another curveball here. If I'm him, I go change-up.
0-2 count on Mills. Drops outside for a ball. Makes count 1-2.
I think that was the approach when the coach came out here. We're gonna heavy dose of off-speed stuff here. One swing of the bat could end this. Got him looking on the fastball down low.
And it dropped in for the called third strike. So we'll head to more innings here. 6th inning now. 9-1 favor the Wolverines. All right, folks, welcome back here. Top of the 6th inning. Wolverines up 9-1. We're going to have a pinch hitter for Cameron Neal. That will be number 15. That is Aiden Bellissimo.
Where are we at on pitch count for Kennedy here?
So far, Nate Kennedy, 49 pitches. Make that 50 now.
We'll take it. 50 through 6.
Yep. Very efficient start on the mound.
Oh, that's a great play. That's a heads-up play there from Keller. Let it roll foul. Lucky didn't get stuck in one of the ruts there, Brad, in the third baseline.
Not the first time we've seen that at Sanders Field.
No, or at Delmar. I see those a lot at Delmar, especially because my balls are there, or I hit a bad shot into one of them, or I can't find my ball in one of them. Barberry. That's a nice play by Luca Carcel on the. Well done. Opened up his hips, goes back to his left, and makes a nice stop. Thank goodness Barberio stopped running, or we would have had ourselves a collision, and he would not have survived. Number 36, Jake Neff coming in, Brad. Jake Neff.
Yep. So number 36 will come in. Again, both these changes are just for pitch hits, and then they will switch back.
Now, Carcel adding a little flair to that, topples over. You got to make it look good, you know what I mean? Routine, look good. Nobody knows. Could have tripped over his big shoes, who knows?
Gets called a strike there, makes the count 1-2.
Mr. Chris Biondi opened up the window up here. I don't know if we're hearing that wind through the broadcast or not, but it's refreshing. We have been baking in this press box.
Off speed, swing and a miss pitch there for strike 3, and that'll be 2 outs, and I believe that's Kennedy's 3rd strikeout of the game. Make that 4.
I feel like ants underneath a magnifying glass.
Next up for the Quakers, first baseman, baseman.
There's like one cloud. Unfortunately, it's low enough that the sun is not covered up. So that'll bring up number 1, Mike Simonik. As Kennedy gets ahead 0-1 here. Make that 0-2 in the swing of the dirt.
Yeah, 0-2. I'm going to go right back to the slider away here, get him chasing. I think he chases. I don't put anything over the plate. Yeah, tried to get him to chase a high fastball away. I disagree with that pitch, Brad. I think he was really efficient with the slider there. 2 off-speed pitches. I understand trying to set him up, but and then Luca Carcel is going to end this inning. Another nice play by Luca at second base.
Yep, efficiency on the mound for Nate Kennedy. That was pitch number 60 through 6 innings. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Wolverines still up by 8. All right, folks, welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning. And I'll bring up left fielder for the Wolverines, Jake Biscup, number 25. 2 for 3 today, and looking to add to it.
Right to him.
Yeah. A couple steps there and a little hesitation. Outright fly ball line drive to center field.
Yeah, a lot of balls in the air. A lot of balls in the air. Going to try to concentrate on more line drive shots. And those balls that are in the air aren't hit very hard. The only one we've really seen is Cam Mills' double early in the game.
And I'll bring up Nate Kennedy. He's been pitching fairly well on the mound for the Wolverines. Unfortunately, that 1 run does technically go in the book as earned.
Yeah, this seems to be the kryptonite so far for the Wolverines is off-speed pitching. They weren't able to pick it up from Santillo and Riverside. They're having a hard time picking it up here against the righty in Johnson. Yeah, he's setting them up for another off-speed pitch here on the 0-2. May even go high fastball, get him chase one. Oh, just missed with the fastball away. Little low in the zone. Yeah, I was unable to get that curveball. He bounced it in front of the plate.
Kennedy evens the count here, 2-2. I went up high for ball 3, so full count here. For actually, one of the first times I think today for the Wolverines. If it necessarily needed it.
Expecting the pitching matchup to tomorrow to be a good one with Todd Cagle against Aaron Lake, with who hopefully can go.
Yep.
Did he get hit by a pitch there? Did he?
Almost looked like it.
I think
it was ball
Ball
4.
four
either
anyway,
way.
but I'm going to say I don't know if he called a dead ball or not. He did put his hands up. I think he caught him on the. I think it caught him on the jersey, and we're going to have Dom Ho come in and courtesy run for Nate Kennedy at first. Michael Cuevas at the plate. When could expect a bunt here, Brad. A little bit more small ball. Yep, got to be a little bit closer. Don't want to get picked off. Yeah, and he went, and he's in dead man's, and he throws it away, and Dom Ho, get up, Dom. Dom slides in the second, and he's going to be a third. That was a strike. Yep.
So it's going to be called strike, and then the air throw down the first puts now Dom Hogan at third.
He offered on the bunt. He offered. Yeah. What do you do? What do you do here, Brad? Do you think you show bunt again, or do you let him hit? Now, infield's coming in because they don't want to give up any more runs.
Well, if you're going to bunt, it has to be down this first base line unless you tap it and try third.
I think you let him hit here.
I think you let him swing away. And
Gonna be a tough play. Eats him up. Safe at first. And the run will score. Does his job. Infield single for Michael Cuevas on the chopper to third. Speed kills, Brad.
Yep. And of all places, the bunt could have worked right there. And
It looked like it was about a bunt.
Base hit. Kind of looked like a bunt.
Yeah, if I'm Cuevas, I go first pitch. I don't even hesitate. I don't even bunt. I don't even consider bunting here. I let him go. First pitch, as soon as he steps off.
100%.
There he goes. And he fouled it off, and he didn't need to do that.
Nope.
He didn't need to do that. But, again, he's always attacking the first pitch, even no matter where it's at in the zone. Yeah, I sent him one more time here. No real reason to swing at that one. That was a ball. I can expect a throw over here. Again, I don't understand. I don't. Cueva should have been going on that pitch too. His speed in the pop time from the catcher, I think it's a win for the Wolverines there. 100%. I definitely send him on this pitch. There he goes, ball down in the zone. Good throw, but he's going to be there in plenty of time. Great slide by Cuevas. He had a pretty good jump there. Good throw by the catcher. Just a little late.
So I'll make the count 1-2. Puts Cuevas now at second. Boker, any line drive here over the infield.
Yeah, I would expect a breaking ball here.
Yep. Netting here has a small 2x3 hole in the netting, and
Yep.
it somehow made its way through. And
We don't want to look too far ahead, but tomorrow's matchup is going to be a completely different ball game here, Brad, with Cagle on the mound. He's topping 87, 89.
I thought you meant the netting.
Oh, no. 87, 89 from Cagle. That's going
Yeah.
to be a whole other animal there.
It's going to be interesting tomorrow to see that matchup and
Slider fastball coming from him, and he's
home field advantage.
You're correct, and he's no
your
joke.
dimensions.
If he's on, he's on, and it's going to be a test for the Ellwood hitters. Good hold by Boker. Cuevas with a huge secondary there.
I guess that was ball 4. I had 3-2.
We had 3-2 here, but that's going to be ball 4.
Okay.
Matt Kelly can base hit to win this, right, Brad?
Yep. Basically, anything driven.
Anything down. Corners are in. Outfield playing the outfield's going to be way much more in. Anything over the head's going to win the game. I don't quite understand the bunt there with runners on first and second, one out. I think you let Kelly swing away here. If he hits a base hit, like we said, this game is over. And again, Cuevas is 3/4 of the way to third, and he keeps going back to second. Kelly, ball booted through the hole. Here comes Cuevas. That's going to win it, Brad.
Yep, throw comes home, but not before Cuevas crosses it. That'll score the 11th run and close the books here.
There we go.
At Sanders
Error.
Field.
That was an error on the third baseman.
Yep. And unfortunately, that will be a costly one as Cuevas was sent, scoring last run of the inning, 11-1. Wolverines, 10-run roll in effect here in the 6th inning. So with that being said, folks, the win will officially go to Nate Kennedy. He's been pitching lights out. Another great one today. He finishes the game 6 innings, 20 batters faced, 60 pitches, only 16 balls, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, an ERA of 1.1, and a whip of 0.5, left on base just 1. A very solid, efficient day.
Absolutely.
For Nate Kennedy.
The defense also very efficient out there. A lot of good ground ball plays, first base, bunt defense, rundown. We've seen a little bit of it all.
Some good quality at bats today. 8 hits feels a lot better after just 4 against Peters Township. Neither way you look at it, you're winning games 9-4 and followed up this week by a big section victory over Quaker Valley, 11-1. So again, folks, tomorrow will be the second game. It's going to be a good one. It'll be on Game Changer and Mevo camera live stream potentially at 4 o'clock at Esmark Ballpark Field down there in North Swickley. And there's that. And final score there for boys tennis. Ellwood defeated Beaver Falls 5-0. And in the girls, we'll be playing at 7 o'clock in about 40 minutes up at Slippery Rock University. Don't want to miss that one. It's Mohawk versus Ellwood City softball there. For, again, Ellwood City Sports, Brad Windhorst alongside Keith Keller. Final score one more time here from Sanders Field. Wolverines victorious in section play. Improved to 9-1 with 11-1 victory over Quaker Valley. Good night, folks, and we'll see you, well,
maybe
on
tomorrow.
the air, maybe tomorrow.